Special welcome to all our listeners. Today, I am very excited to be having a conversation with Johan. But for the sake of introduction, I'm going to call him Professor Johan. He said I shouldn't, go on title, but it's always nice to recognize, that. Prof, you carry these titles because that also comes with authority, doesn't it? So special welcome to the podcast for today, Prof. Johan. And I would love you to just tell us a little bit about who you are and just the journey that you have walked.
Well, Sarah, firstly, thank you for the wonderful invite. I've had a sneak peek at most of your recent posts, your videos and recordings. So interesting. So well done. Keep on doing the good work. These are messages and conversations that people should listen to. So yes, so my name is Johan Steyn. Hello, everyone. I live here in Johannesburg in South Africa. I've been in management consulting in technology for most of my career. I've recently finished off a few months with PricewaterhouseCoopers, where I worked in the AI and automation space. And as of the end of June, I've gone through quite a career pivot where I'm now involved with Woxin University in India as an adjunct professor. And I'm also collaborating with Stellenbosch University as a research fellow. And there's a number of other universities that I'm doing talks and webinars with. So there's the academic side, but then there's also the consulting side, the AI strategy, automation strategy kind of work. And to your point, Sarah, a lot of business leaders don't understand this technology still, and I'm sure we'll unpack that. But yes, I'm a freelance consultant. I do some coaching with startups in South Africa, amazing startups. They do technology platforms that they produce are on par or better than what you find in Silicon Valley. Problem is scaling, getting into big corporates to sell these services. So I'm sure we'll touch on that as well. But yes, just passionate about this topic, and in particularly the societal impact. What will happen to our children in the future if we don't regulate this technology? So that is maybe my highest passion, more so than the technology itself, Sarah.
Thank you so much. I would love us to get into the conversation. Artificial intelligence is such a big word, and everybody is talking about AI, and a lot of people actually don't have a full understanding of what it is. So I would like you to just break it down for non-technical people, for laymen that are not in the tech space. When they hear artificial intelligence, what should come to their mind? What is AI?
It is such a good question. You know, what I often do in some of my public talks is I will bring up three pictures on the screen, and the one would be of an evil robot like Terminator, red eyes, smoke coming out of the nose. The second picture would be a cute little robot, and the third picture would just be of computer code. And then I ask people, which of these three pictures, in your view, most accurately represents AI? And most people will select the evil robot. And the reason is because of what we've seen in Hollywood movies. We are exposed to the hype around this technology. We're going to all lose our jobs. And I'm sure we're going to talk about that somewhat today. And then I say the bottom line is AI is code. It's something that we as humans have created, that we code to do certain things. The technology in itself is neutral and ambivalent. And like any tool humanity's ever created, it can be used for good or for bad. Unfortunately, this is the most powerful technology we've ever created. So the for bad is exponentially bad, but the for good can also be exponentially good. You know, a year and a half ago, my father, who is a smart man, but he's not a technologist, asked me, what is all this AI work I'm doing? And I really struggled to explain it to him. So unless you use the lingo that we often use, AI, ML, IoT, cloud, automation, and then I figured out my own simple little way that I've used in a lot of client conversations. And I normally have three pictures on the screen. The one is where I explain, what we do as humans when we do work. And then I explain how AI technology can emulate it. The first one is the fact that we can see an email, read it, we can see an instruction, and in an AI or technology terms, we can call that computer vision or character recognition. We have the ability to execute work based on what we've read. And in technology terms, that's smart automation, or you can speak about robotic process automation. Thirdly, is that we can understand language. When we speak, I can understand the subtlety of what you're saying. Sometimes we mean something else than what we say, these nuances, these sentiments. Natural language understanding or natural language processing or conversational AI or chatbots is already there. And then lastly, the fourth picture I show is learning. And as humans, we keep on learning from our mistakes, from our experience, and these algorithms keeps on learning as well if we train it correctly. So essentially, I mean, the most basic definition for me is it's the ability for computer technology to, at a fairly basic level still, emulate human intelligence and human thinking. The technology is not nearly as smart as most people think yet, but it's growing so quickly, and it'll be interesting to see where the future is going. And I hope that answered your question okay enough.
It did, and you've broken it down very beautifully and in a very simplistic manner. Because when people hear artificial intelligence, they actually have a mental block because, like you say, they're actually thinking of all these robots that they've seen in the Hollywood movies, and they just think, well, my brain is not going to go there. So thank you so much for breaking it down so beautifully, and for making us understand in very simple terms what artificial intelligence is.